Okay, so let's talk about summarizing. Summarizing is a very interesting piece of the sales process. So we've done our research, we've done our rapport, we've done a segue, we've introduced ourselves to the client for 30 seconds, which always the purpose of the introduction is not to pitch people. It's just to get to the next step. It's to get to that segue. And then, oh, look at this, I've got a typo there. Number 6, get to past, present, future. Yeah, I hope you all spotted that. Now what we do is we step into presentation. We've done our presentation, and now we're at the end of the meeting. So we want to summarize the meeting. We want to come back to the client and say, this is what I've heard you say. This is where I think you are. This is where I think you're trying to get to. You notice I don't say, this is where I'm going to help you get to. Okay? Say, this is where I think you're trying to get to. And, I think to move forward on this, these are the next steps. Does that make sense? And that's the perfect summary, right? We want to be able to say, does that make sense at the end? Okay? So what is the purpose of a summary? Well, number 1, right? It ensures that we haven't missed the point of where the client is coming from, okay? Number 2, it communicates to them that we care about them. Okay, so the summary lets the client know we've been listening, yeah, right? Lets the client know that we're aware of where we are. And that shows we care. Now, if we care, we're not trying to get business for ourselves. Okay, it's really important that you understand that. We were doing some role plays yesterday, and I think it was pretty obvious, yeah, right? Sometimes we're just articulating too much too early how much we can help people. That's us selling. Don't sell. They can work it out. They know they want to deal with you. It shows we're prepared to take the time for them. Okay, so take the time, we consider it, and we're thinking about them. It helps us to get to know them better. By the way, I hope you all know who this is. This is the King and I, Getting to Know You, the song, yeah, right? So it helps us get to know them better. Okay? It sets up the next meeting. Okay, it sets it up perfectly. This is how you transition out of a first meeting into a solid booked second meeting. And it keeps the momentum of building the sale there. So that's what summarizing is. That's how summarizing works. That's the core points behind it. It's critical that you do it. You can only do a good job of summarizing, though, if you've listened to the client, if you ask questions, and you've engaged with the client effectively earlier in the meeting. How can you summarize something if it's all about you talking? So, you've got to laugh, right? So we've had a great chat about me, telling you all about me, and this is how I think we should move on. It doesn't make sense. So summarizing is summarizing the client, yeah? Where the client is, what the client's doing, what the plans are, where they're going.